Hey everyone, I'm Garrison and welcome back to the channel. So today, as you can tell, I'll be doing some catching up by first checking out Trigger by Verivery that got released on August 23rd of last year. And of course, today's release, their newest song called Oh. Now, first of all, I want to apologize to y'all for being super late for Trigger and being really, gone in action when it comes to Verivery per se, because since this song Trigger and the MV for it released on August 23rd, I believe this was the time where I was doing that sort of transition phase into moving into the department here for my studies and all. And I just totally went off the grid in my mind. I was like, today I was like, I did miss a song, so I better check out Trigger before I check out their newest song, Oh. So I'm not sure what I'm getting myself into for both songs. I just know that Verivery has seemed to always impress me throughout many of their releases, such as Getaway. I mean, ever since their debut, to be honest. But aside from that, let's just get into Trigger first, and then we'll get into Oh right after. Let's just do that now. Alright, so I brought it up here. Trigger by Verivery. I got the English captions on and all, and it seems like we are continuing off of the previous release prior to this, of course, Runaway with the Woods and all the whole get up and such. But let's get into it. Well, I do remember that orb. Whoa. Ooh. Love that bass that's going on. But oh, hold up. What is going on? Well, I gotta turn this up. Wow. Man, I love the electronic elements in this. They just overtake me and just so hyper with it. Verse 2. Hey. Man, the production for this song is phenomenal from what I'm hearing. Just from the glitchy synths to the electronic elements. Woo! Trigger, hey. Man, this song is so good, guys. Bridge. Love the claps here. The piano chords. Where's this going now? What? Trigger. Trigger. And an outro here? That was so cool there. And the ending there, what I'm hearing is like this kind of skittering percussion work that truly adds so much to the song. Wow. This song is such a masterpiece, but guys, I am mad frustrated. Not towards Verivery or the song by any means, but frustrated in myself that I missed this last year. This would have went into my top 21 K-pop songs last year of 2021. I'm serious. This is clearly a 10 out of 10 masterpiece of a banger. Trigger has this very, of course, relentless energy that is quite angsty with it, and which is, you know, such a mood that is used quite often. Like, sure, the song has its chorus drops that are not like ever so game-changing per se, but it's more so of the production that takes me and overwhelms me in a good way, and with the vocal work to the rapping that sends me to the heavens upon this planet, because like, wow. Where do I even begin with this? I can't believe this is the same boy group, you know? We're talking about the same boy group that came through with such a refreshing, retro-y based debut, you know what I'm saying? With this whole series now, from Getaway into Trigger, I can't even imagine how old it is after checking out this. But Trigger, what it has the glitchy synthesizers and heavy electronic usage in this, to the distortion of the bit of the bass going on. Everything in that kind of combination, but succession, how it's done in that kind of manner. Yet there is the skittering percussion work going on, even though the skittering percussion work isn't necessarily the main framework of this song that's adding to this song. It adds so much to it. The main framework of this song and structure of this song is totally those electronic elements, and of course, those glitchy synthesizers that tend to be distorted as well. Also, is it just me, right? Very from Jellyfish Entertainment got me quite reminiscent of what VIX would do. And the two reasons why I feel like this is so reminiscent of what VIX would tend to do in a good way is that we hear this bombastic chorus that really overwhelms you, takes you over. And then, of course, don't even get me started with that climax in this song, okay? Those are the two main things that got me reminiscent of their older brother group VIX would do, and I haven't heard something like that in quite some time, not gonna lie, that's done like this. I don't think there has been electronic, very heavy with a skittering like percussion, but like how they give us not only a fantastic, of course, climax and bombastic chorus, but also give us a perfect ending to the song by wrapping it out with an outro that ends it so cleanly like that. Trigger, 10 out of 10. We're gonna have to dive back into it, guys. Seriously, let's just dive back into it from the beginning here. So yeah, based from what I saw here, this definitely looks like the continuation of the previous MV. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Gotta get a sip of my tea here and continue here. I just love how the starting scenes here get you so immersed. And I'm sure people at the time were like, "Oh, this set has been used over and over again." I mean, it is a true shame that this song Trigger, such a masterpiece, gets this kind of set for it. Nothing like original, but it's the matter of how they utilized, you know, this set. See, you see this car here, some props being used, some other scenes being utilized as well. But all in all, I think it works so well with how the song is done. I'm gonna point out the scene that I truly love though in this. See, with the masks and all. It's this skittering percussion that we hear at the beginning with the bass going on, right? During verse 1, of course. See the skull? One of the props there. My favorite scene, hands down, is like I love how in this scene right here, there's like sort of a reflection of like the water glowing upon them here, and I especially love their fits in this scene most particularly. Trigger, trigger, trigger. And you could hear that, I don't know how to put it, like this, the delivery of trigger, trigger. I just love the delivery in that. It's like very, I don't know how to exactly explain it. Maybe it'll get in my mind more as I listen to this song more. I would say as energetic as the instrumentation I've got to say. It matches so well, right? Now we're on verse 2. Love the ad-libs there, the got me. Ah, yes, there was this scene, yeah. And just the overall breakdowns with the epic drums here, right? More so bass, yeah. And the crashing of the snare. Woo. It's truly such an electrifying song with the chorus. Trigger, trigger. The laser lights too. Love the addition of the laser lights. And just when I thought it wouldn't get better than this, like how would it get better than this? The soaring vocals to the very hard cutting choreo in this, sharp cut choreo. The brief pauses with the electronic elements being done in here, like, puts more emphasis on certain parts of the lines. This was cool. You know, the jump into the fist, actually my second favorite scene. It's that jump into the... It came out of some show or something. And then some editing work here. Very. I think this is like hands down my favorite Very title track. I'm serious, guys. This is like my favorite Very track to date, everyone. I love, like, you know, I love how everything works in this series so far, what I'm seeing, and how everything's linked as well. I mean, it just seems like Very brings with at least something that is very unique and special that makes them stand apart from the rest of the crowd. And yeah, aside from that, though, I feel like this is a masterpiece to the point where the longevity is like an 11 out of 10, where I can see myself listening to this song for many and many years. I don't know how can this song sound very sharp cutting, yet crisp, yet electrifying at the same time, and yet even though there's a lot going on in the instrumentation and everything's intricate with it, we get to hone in and focus on their vocals and rap at the same time. So I feel like this release had a good balance of both worlds, including the choreo that complemented the song as well with all the members. But guys, I don't want to make this too long. Let's check out O next now, shall we? Alright, so I brought it up here. O by Very. I got the English captions on and all. This first frame here, though, with the red light, the car, the bicycle, with the two members here, really got me interested in how this one's gonna play out. Oh, that was like a film bleed right there. Ooh, the guitar work here. Whoa! What? Okay, guys. I totally didn't expect them to take an R&B route per se in this one. Wow, the vocal work in this so far. It's like a very slow burn R&B based song with this very smooth yet, let's say, deeply passionate vocal delivery going on. Oh my goodness. Love the hi-hat work though in this. The phrasing too in this song, so good. And there's like, hold up, a bridge here. Oh. Yet the vocal work is very alluring, I've got to admit. Yeah. I love how the like how the is done in a certain amount of syllables, the right amount of syllables. And this totally caught me off guard. How this took like a very R&B like pop route, like I'd say a combination of R&B and pop in this. And I think it just goes to show us that Verivery's up for any challenge. I mean, the fact that they were able to mess with a bit of retro back in the day, come through with more angsty stuff, show a lot of vocal work. I mean, whether that is hitting them beautiful high notes or powerful notes or like falsettos back on a Getaway, and then into the very smooth but alluring delivery in O here. And man, they show that they have grown quite quickly in a short period of time and been able to come through with something different every time. And I mess with that. Yet for some reason, I feel like from the songs that I've been hearing, title track wise, at very least, just sounds so very, very, am I right? And I think a huge thing that very should be known. I mean, more people should obviously get onto the very train, and I feel bad for people who aren't. Says me, who needs to really catch up on very as I'm saying this right now. But I feel like they should be known for that sort of flexibility and also being really good in terms of synchronization. I mean, it's really clearly shown throughout all their songs, including in O here, the slow burn R&B track. But like how this song transitions and transitions, how smooth the vocals are, yet how bits and parts are changing in the song tied along the choreo is so satisfying. You know, the fact that the transitions between each section in this song were so smooth like that, even though the bridge was very brief with it. I mess with the hooks. The hooks do its job. I don't think they necessarily are hard hitting per se, you know, compared to Trigger. Two different polarizing songs, by the way, right? But I feel like this song has that like 11 out of 10 longevity to it as much as Trigger does. But really would surprise you if you put it into a playlist per se, and then it's like, oh, starts playing. It's like, oh my goodness, it's like, it's been a minute, you know what I'm saying? It would be that type of song. I feel like I'd say when I add this song to one of my playlists. And okay, so the description here for this, the new digital single series O Round Zero, who acts as a prequel to the previous releases of the series O album series, and dwells into a story about the void and emptiness of heart filled by a seed of darkness. Yeah, I could totally feel by that. Through a group of boys hurt and abandoned by society or their own family during a time of instability. Wow. That is deep with it. And I'm sure the lyrics go beyond that. I sort of see it now after looking at both of these MVs. 7 boys who believe themselves to be complete, but they have yet to mature, imperfect in their emptiness and inner demons that they harbor. Can they ever find an answer to achieving perfection? At the end of the day, right? You could ever get so close to perfection, but there is no such thing as perfection. I mean, there's such thing as masterpieces, obviously, that very has done, but I think it's more so answering perfection in a way that, to feel more complete in life per se, and to really have a better understanding of oneself. So I get it in that way. Imperfect in their own incompleteness, the accompanying music video portrays of boys who believe themselves to be perfect and delicate elegance found underneath their unstable states. To the curious time of 3 minutes and 47. Time of 3:47. Supernatural phenomena draws the boys living in this reality into another world. The cinematography also highlights each member and their ability to shine like the various colors of a rainbow as pieces of a whole, creating a film-like masterpiece. What did I say? Masterpiece. I'm actually curious who took part on Verivery's O and Verivery's Trigger, so we're gonna do that now. Trigger. We're gonna start with Trigger first. Okay, so for Trigger here, we have Alon, Cho Yu-kyung, of course, one of my favorite lyricists out there who's been working a lot with a lot of my favorite artists, such as Weekly and a lot of SM artists. Some people from Lala Studio. Oh my goodness, no wonder why. Everything adds up now. Shoutouts to Strong Dragon for the synthesizer bass work. Yes, that keyboard, piano chords that I heard going on. And Alon, it just seems like I always gravitate to Alon's music or songs that he takes part on and composes and produces and such. Lyrics and credits for O. Jane, Min, Buy More. Hold up. Familiar. Yes, Buy More. I'm quite familiar of due to From His Nine's Escape Room. Kim Sejong's OST called Meet Again. Anything else? Yes. That is pretty much it. Buy More. Wow. Lot to take in. For O, though, I feel like O doesn't beat Trigger for me upon first listen, but maybe over time it will. However, I think it comes really, really close neck and neck with Getaway. I feel like with Getaway, Trigger and O are special in their own ways. I mean, get away. How can you ever forget about that song? That was just a phenomenal release, right? And it really builds up for Trigger that is like very hard-hitting, even more hard-hitting to the max. While O is like, it really takes everything back and really is an easygoing tempo, has an easygoing tempo to the song and such. I actually want to bring this up, break down some parts in the song first, and then conclude things because this is probably getting way too long of a reaction and review video. Back here. Love the underglow for the car here. But yeah, this is such a passionate, slow burn R&B track. There we go. That's the key line right there. Who am I ask myself this question yet again. This is truly basically majority to all of us. There's always that phase in our lives where we ask ourselves that question. Unfortunately, that's including me after graduation. I'm going to be graduating here soon and figuring out, how am I going to get a job, what I'm going to do, and how am I going to get to the point where I want to do a job where I will absolutely love. Because realistically, doing YouTube as a hobby and maybe trying to do it as fully wouldn't be realistic for me at all, and I probably wouldn't enjoy it. I mean, because to be fair, there's only a certain extent that you can do. Let's say if you have too much of something that is good, it is not always necessarily good for you, you know what I'm saying? I like to keep things to a certain extent, and all that kind of reminds me of like going to Korea and listening to K-pop all the time on the streets and everywhere. Then after 2 weeks later, I'm like, I sort of just miss being able to just, you know, not listen to any music and just be surprised per se. I don't know how to explain it, you know what I'm saying? Too much of something, you know what they say, but the delivery of deficiency. The fact that they have like this kind of delivery, and then I think later on there's a bit of like rhyme scheme going on, as much as the phrasing's done so well in this. And speaking of rhyme scheme, the fact that they made this song, the fact that they made this song without any rap, I gotta applaud everyone behind the scenes, because I feel like if they tried to force rap in this, the rap would take away from the song, regardless how the projection and how the approach is taken on the song, right? You don't need a rap to make a song good, and that's clearly shown over time from girl groups such as Rocket Punch and boy groups as well. And then I want to go bring it back here. Yes. And I feel like these scenes can be symbolic in a way. I think there was that one smoking scene almost. Maybe it was just for the sake of aesthetic. It wasn't a real cigarette, obviously, or else this MV would be rated way differently. The popping of the pills here, not the sort of message showing how, or symbol showing how, let's not resort to these things to really understand ourselves better. You know? I sort of sense that, you know? And I just feel like this part is just like that sort of, I don't know, maybe it's a breakthrough moment where it's like, they just seem so happy now, right? Oh, 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 oh. And I think the reaching out my hand line really sticks out to me as well. But wow, guys, what a song! Oh, to follow it up, I mean, like, come on, very. It's time for me to check out their B-sides, and that's probably gonna be in April. I'd say mid-ish April, early April, you'll see something come out. Probably for this the album for O, the B-sides tied along to O, and then their previous one. I'll try my best. Try to remind me, or not. Actually, I think I'll try to start setting up a schedule now, the fact that I'm more free now. So cross that out. I'll remind myself. Please don't have high expectations for me. As you can tell, I've been really delayed with MV reactions and such, and I've missed stuff off the radar. But if I do end up missing stuff off the radar, such as like the occurrence of Trigger and stuff, feel free to send me a reminder, you know, somewhere, maybe Twitter. I'm most active there. Sometimes comments get filtered out and such like that, but as always, guys, be sure to like, share, maybe subscribe, as it helps out the channel so much, and just warms my heart connecting with y'all about Verivery and the song Trigger, and all the members. Of course, I think both songs beautiful in their own way, as much as Getaway is. But as always, have a great day, have a good night, have a good afternoon, wherever you are. This has been Garrison, and peace.